The labor export deal between the government of Malawi and the government of Israel seems to face a challenge as there is a tension between the laborers, which is the Malawian youth, and the agent, in which its name has not been disclosed. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent and particularly from the Sahel region on daily basis. But this one is focusing on Malawi in the Southern Africa. So tune in and I will let you know everything that I know, what caused this tension, and I'll give you also a background. Just stay tuned in. So in this presentation, I would try to give answers for example, what is the background of this labor export deal? Number two, what caused the tension between the laborers, the Malawian youth, and the agent? And number three, a bit of historical background, a diplomatic historical background of Malawi and Israel. And then there's something that raises a question also about the honorary consul of Malawi in Israel. Okay, so I will try to answer one by one as we do here. We give it a for any subject we bring here, we give it a Pan-African perspective, and we bring you a research based presentations. That's what makes us different from other platforms. Now, just to give you a background, for those of you who are not familiar with this labor export deal, what happened is back in the beginning of November, there was an export deal that was signed between the government of Malawi and the government of Israel. Now, this happened in the middle of the Israel-Palestine conflict, which started in October. Now, why it is raised a question? It has raised a lot of questions from local journalists in Malawi and international Pan-Africanists as well, because while more and more foreign countries were evacuating their citizens from Israel following the Israel-Palestine conflict, Malawi agreed to send its youth to Israel for work, to work in the farm, in industry, in such places. Now, for example, Thailand has about 30,000 or 20,000 workers in Israel working in the farm or in industries. Now, Thailand has evacuated 7,000 of its workers. Then Malawi sent about 220, I think, Malawian youth to Israel to work. This is to close that gap that has been created when the Thai workers have been evacuated and other problems, because there are some Thai citizens that has been also kidnapped, or how do you say, abducted by Hamas. Now, a plane, of course, arrived, an Israeli plane have arrived in Malawi, or Lilongwe, the capital of Malawi, to take these 200 workers. Now, the agreement was $8 per hour. And then another information about this labor export deal was, for 4 months, these workers are going to repay or to pay back what has, the whole cost, what have been paid for to bring them to Israel. Now, just to give you a bit of breakdown of their costs, for example, 301 US dollar per month, which is for the air ticket, and then US dollar 150 also per month. This will stay for 4 months, and then there will be deducting again 150 US dollar for their housing allowance, and 34 US dollar for their medical insurance. Also, all this, I don't know, in the first 4 months if they get even a salary at all. So this will be deducted for 4 months from their salary. Now, the young Malawians also have traveled, as you know, or as I said, in the middle of war. Now, some countries have been evacuating, as I said, like the Thai citizens. Now, the Malawians have signed a contract stating that they understand. Now, this is where it comes, very critical. People, journalists have been raising this question: how come Malawi sends in the middle of war, knowing, what's going on? But the government of Israel has made it clear in the contract that the Malawians have signed a contract stating that they understand that the war will last a long time, and that thousands of missiles targeting civilians are being shot into Israel. So, they have let them know the risks. Now, I am quoting. This is what it says in part of the contract. Not all the missiles are being shot down by the anti-missile, meaning the Iron Dome system, but that some of the missiles hit their targets, and that the hits as well as shrapnel can kill and injure persons. In addition, there is danger of terror attacks in Israel due to the war. All what I have read is in quotation, something taken from the contract. Now, one Malawian journalist have criticized the government on his Twitter, saying that, I'm quoting, quote opens, in the midst of Israel-Hamas conflict, the Malawi government has sent 221 users to work on Israeli farms following a $60 million aid package from Israel to Malawi 2 weeks ago, just before the export deal was signed. Okay, mind you, nothing is a coincidence, by the way. Now, the quote continues, while the intention is to provide employment opportunities for our youth, the optics don't look right. This is what, journalist Jack McBrams posted on his Twitter. He's a local journalist. Now, another one has stated this. Another journalist, quote opens, I am still puzzled by why the Malawi government is sending people to Israel, which is in the middle of war. Yes, unemployment is really high, but with the conflict between Israel and Palestine, it's not just risky for those going, meaning the Malawian youth, it's also affecting how others see us diplomatically, quote closed. A very, valid point that he has raised. Now, I'm going to move now answering the second question, which is what caused the tension. Now, the tension has come between these workers, the Malawian youth, and the agent. Now, the agent has said that any payment, the salaries of these youth have to pass through the agent before it reaches to their bank in Malawi, because that was what they have agreed. First of all, this agreement, the Malawian government said, first, it will create a better lifestyle for the youth. Well, does it? It's something I will leave it for you. Second, or they can only answer. Second, they said, it will also help the foreign currency problem that the government has, since the payment will be made through their bank account that they have opened in Malawi, which is a US dollar account. Now, so what caused the tension? So the agent is saying now the payment has to pass through me. Now the government of Israel and Malawi come quickly together to tackle this problem. And I want to share this with you. This is what they have, shared. Look. This is the article. Now, the government of Malawi, this is the not verbal or the letter, you can call it, written by, you can see the flag of both countries, and it is signed by the honorary consul of Malawi in Israel. Who is that honorary consul? I'm going to come next to that. Now, here is what it says. The government of Malawi and Israel coming quickly to resolve the standoff that has erupted between the youths that went to Israel to work in farms and their agents at home. So now the agents are claiming that those youths who went to Israel signed forms that every monthly salary must go through them before being sent to their FDH bank account, a move that has angered them and both governments. Now, when the agent said this, the youth or the workers did not like it. The government of Israel did not like it, and the Honorary Council of Malawi did not like it. So they wrote this letter that let it be known. I'm just paraphrasing what's written in the letter. Let it be known that the payment only done directly to the Bank of Malawi, to their bank accounts. Anyone who has a problem with that, if the agent has a problem with that, they should revoke, or if the youth have a problem, they should revoke it and send that worker back to his or her country. So that's what they said. Well, yeah, this is a bit tricky, but it seems that the government came out quickly to tackle this. If I may read what is in the letter, if you can allow me. Here it says, "Dear all, this is written by the Honorary Consul of Malawi. As the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Malawi in Israel, and as the founder of the opportunity to many young girls and boys to option a working visa in the state of Israel, a situation that will not only benefit the workers and the families, but also the country that needs so much forex to build a better future for all the citizens of Malawi. I have to remind all of you that it's part of your employment agreement and your visa application that all salaries will be paid in US dollar to the accounts opened by you in Malawi. Now, no salary will be paid in Israel or given by cash to anyone. A cash advance can be collected from the employer up to not more than 10% of the salary only can be paid in Israel. Now, this communication is mandatory for, the letter continues, this communication is mandatory for all workers at farms, industry, and hotels. If anyone is not ready to perform according to that agreement, he is free to contact the recruitment agency and ask to fly back home and release his visa to anyone that ready is to respect his obligation. Oh my God, it's a tough letter. And what really surprised me, it says I. So it's like a single person handling all this, as a person, a founder, the honorary council, and the founder who brought you this opportunity to work in Israel, and also bringing that opportunity for the country, bringing foreign currency. All it's I see a lot of ego in this and a very dictatorial connotation. I don't know, that it gives me that vibes. Let me know what you think. So this is a letter. So they came out to tackle this immediately, but I don't think the workers are happy with this. What's going to happen, it's something that time will tell, but we will keep you posted. Now, the third question I want to answer is the background on Israel and Malawi diplomatic history. Since 1964, both countries have a good relation, but neither of them have an embassy in either of the country. Okay, so just in 2020, before Dr. Chakawera, or Dr. Lazarus Chakawera, the current president of Malawi, came to power, he announced this huge news, shocking, saying that it's going to open an embassy in Jerusalem. That made it, the first country of African country to come up with that statement to say that is going to open Malawi embassy in Jerusalem. And as well, he was showing a lot of support and congratulating Israel. It was a time during Donald Trump where Israel was making peace with the Middle Eastern countries, most of the Middle East countries. So up until now, it's breached because of the conflict with Palestine. Anyway, but the thing is that embassy in Jerusalem was not opened. What they have is only the honorary consul. It seems that even at that time, it has more of a political connotation for him to get elected. It seems that also it's connected with the U.S. Perhaps he's supported by the U.S. government. So by recognizing Jerusalem as a capital of Israel, that it will make him, or he will be closer to the United States of America, So, but after he came to power, it didn't happen. So there's only honorary consul of Malawi in Israel. Now, I come to the fourth and the last point. Who is this honorary consul who wrote that tough letter, addressing, to trying to resolve this problem, this standoff between the workers and the government? So this man is actually, I want to share with you, I forgot to share my slides here, which I like to do every time. So look, these are the workers. Let's go. Okay, this is a later. Now, this is the guy. This is the honorary consul. Does he look like Malawian? No, right? Yeah. So his name is Nir Ges. He's Israeli, by the way. So he was appointed. You look, it says honorary consul to the Republic of Malawi in the state of Israel. Look at what it says. Dear people, after many years of hard work, effort, and investment in Africa, I have recently been awarded official recognition by the government of Malawi and Israel as a faithful and devoted servant of the two countries that I love so much. This honor belongs also to my family in Israel for their infinite patience, understanding, love, and support. So now here is the guy, and he's the one who wrote that later. I as a person who founded, this initiative, bringing you work, giving you a better lifestyle, bringing foreign currency to Malawi. So I am saying this and that. So you have signed this in your contract. So if you're asking really a cash in Israel to be paid, then, you ask your agent and you will be deported back. That's basically what it is saying in the letter. But why doesn't the guys, by the way, let me show you. He's a very good friend of Dr. Lazarus Rakawera, the president of Malawi. So they're good friends. That's how he got this appointment. Okay. Now, why I said, this kind of raises a question. Doesn't Malawi have a good and a good diplomat, knowledgeable and who fits the position, instead of appointing another citizen to be an honorary consul of Malawi? Does that make sense, really? How are you going to be seen diplomatically just because he is your friend? Was Malawi supposed to appoint him as an honorary consul? I mean, there are also investors, could be business people who have made, great contribution to the relation of the two countries that Malawi could have appointed as an honorary consul, or then just have an embassy, so this is my thoughts. I just wanted to share it with you. But what's going to happen at the end to this standoff between the workers and the government, it's something that time will tell. But what do you think? Please share it in your comments, in the comment section, and we will take it to a bigger discussion. Thank you very much again for tuning in. If you are not subscribed, please be a family, subscribe to the channel. If you like what we bring you here, then give it a like, and let's empower with knowledge and information. So share the video. If you want to help us further, please go to the description section or in the pinned comment, then you can donate to our PayPal account. So thank you very much again for tuning in, for all your comments. I don't take it for granted. I really appreciate it. It's a bye-bye for me now, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.